all time, and hats off to him.
Well, I think probably opposing coaches will not miss Andrew Howe being gone, but I think everyone's going to miss watching that young man wrestle and his total dominance. And he's done it with class and style. He's a credit to the sport and credit to the state.
Let's move on to introduce the participants in the 189-pound weight class. Stephen Stahl from Elkhart Memorial, 5th at 145 last year, a 3-time conference champion. Marcus Shrewsbury from Crown Point got here via 4-3 overtime decision. He finished 7th at the 189-pound weight class a year ago.
This has the makings of another exciting match. 189 was arguably the most balanced weight class in the state this year, and I think on any given day, just maybe every weight class could you could wrestle tomorrow and start all over and come out with a different champion. But these two have wrestled very well this weekend, and we're very impressed with Shrewsbury that he's able to hang on. And once again, he's a junior, so he's got another year to get better as well. You might see him again.
Stahl with the green band just above the wrestling shoe, and the red band goes to Shrewsbury from Crown Point. No score. Action just underway in period 1 in the 189-pound weight class.
Well, the green band signifies home on the scoreboard, and everyone can, the wrestlers in particular, can see where they stand. And the red signifies visitor.
Do want to let you folks know our next webcast comes your way next Saturday. We will be at the world-class natatorium on the campus of IUPUI in Indianapolis for the boys swimming and diving state championships. Join us for all the action beginning at 1 o'clock. We were there last weekend for the girls swimming and diving. And, Coach, I don't want to take anything away from your outstanding record, but I was able to witness the Carmel girls win their 22nd consecutive swimming and diving state championship.
Well, you had to bring that up, didn't you, Mark? I was hoping you would skip over that one. I knew when you covered it that you'd probably bring it up. Yes, they got that is a tremendous program. And, of course, anyone who follows high school athletics knows that it takes a lot to develop a dynasty like that. And
they've had 34 tournaments, and they've won 22 of them. I mean, that's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
It's not a bad 22 years of work.
Well, now, speaking of 22, the guy sitting next to me, I believe, has had 22 individual state champions. Am I pretty close there? Did I do my homework?
Well, I've been lucky to sit on that side. It's a good view down there, and whenever the referee gets to raise the hand at the end, that's quite an honor. And as I mentioned before, Mark, any coach, that's the goal. It's so exciting when you get one of your young men to get to this level and to sit. It's just it's not just for the wrestler, but it's for the coaches, for the school, for the family, and the fans to be able to reach that level of achievement.
Far too humble to label it luck, because I heard an analyst say a few weeks ago, luck is the residue of preparation. There's no question about that. I mean, yeah, maybe some of it was luck, but the luck came your way because your kids were always prepared, no doubt about that. This is a great match, as we thought it would be, in the 189-pound weight class. We are ready for period 2 already, and we still don't have a score.
Well, it's going to be like I mentioned before. 189 is a very balanced weight class, and the finals seem to show it. Shrewsbury gets the escape off the whistle practically, so we'll see what happens now. Both wrestlers are still, I think, in the feel out the opponent mode, and there's not been a lot of shots.
1-0, Shrewsbury from Crown Point, a 4-3 overtime winner. Again, as we mentioned, he was 7th at 189 a year ago.
Back to the comment a moment ago, Mark, I think I have been lucky because I've had outstanding help. As any coach will tell you, to get to this level, it's not one person. It's,
sure.
It's the whole family.
Right. It's a program. There's,
And I'm very confident in our situation that's going to continue. A lot of the coaches, all the coaches have wrestled basically at Mater Dei, and there's a lot of dedication there. And I know that's the way it is in Mishawaka, Belmont. I think you can compare all the very successful programs. Some of those key ingredients are always the same.
Well, they say tradition doesn't graduate, right?
Well, those involved in a certain program certainly hope not.
54 seconds left, still 1-0.
The 89-pound weight class, I think there's an attempt at a drag. It didn't go very far, but the 89 weight class, I think I've noticed throughout the tournament, has been low scoring, close, and overtime. We might see that in this one. I don't think we've had an overtime yet, though, have we?
No, we have not. Stahl was 5th in the 145-pound weight class a year ago.
Yes. I
wow.
was talking to someone earlier how much this young man has grown. And he's put together. Well, we got a stalling called against Shrewsbury. I don't know if it was much of one. Stahl took a shot, and Shrewsbury, he stepped back a little bit, but he certainly didn't flee. But that might be a factor in the outcome of this meet.
Well, we're getting up into that range where over the course of this 2 days we have seen, haven't seen a lot of points put on the board in 189 and 215 and upwards. We've seen some 3-2 matches and 1-0 matches and 4-3 matches. This one stands at 1-0 as we get ready for the third period. Shrewsbury up from Crown Point, 1-0.
Well, once again, parity, I think, is a good word to describe. We'll see now if Stahl can get his escape, and I would imagine he probably, yes, he does.
So, tied at 1 now with 1:45 left in the 189-pound weight class.
Both wrestlers got their escape point within 10 seconds of their respective periods when they were on the mat in the defense position. So now it's going to be some more try to work in for a position. There's an attempted shot, but I don't know how serious Shrewsbury was because as he shot in, he was backing out.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a timeout here. Looks like the trainer's going to need to check out the possibility of Stahl from Elkhart Memorial. Has some blood. So while they're attending to him, let's take a break. You're watching IHSAA Wrestling on IHSAAsports.org.
When it's cold outside and too cold inside, Dial 1 Hour will show up for your appointment on time or the service call is free. Don't waste your time. Call the experts at Dial 1 Hour today. Stop burning money on high utility bills this winter. Save up to $1,595 on a high-efficiency Amana hybrid heating system only at Dial 1 Hour.
Dial 1 Hour.
You're back.
Gaines, longtime modern-day coach Mike Gable, 189-pound weight class. We are at a minute to go in period number 3. We're all tied at 1. Stephen Stahl of Elkhart Memorial and Marcus Shrewsbury of Crown Point.
You'll probably notice Stahl's going to try to push the action a little bit more because Shrewsbury has been warned for stalling. And if he pushes, there's a nice attempt at an arm drag there. But if he pushes the action, he might get Shrewsbury to take an ill-advised shot and be able to counter him. But I venture to think we're going to be headed to overtime.
Well, you brought that up and said we hadn't had one yet. That's like when you're doing a basketball game. You talk about what a great free throw shooter a kid is, and he steps to the line and bricks a couple. So we always say when we call racing, we'll get halfway through the race and talk about a caution. We haven't had any cautions. Well, guess what happens right after that? Yellow flag comes out. So.
Well, I have to say, I don't see any basketballs here, and we are in Conseco Fieldhouse,
That's right.
and I do like these wrestling mats on that floor, I have to admit it.
What a great atmosphere. 25 seconds left, still tied at 1.
Oh, he caught, he hit him. Ah, boy.
Now, where did that point come from?
It's another warning for stalling, and it's a penalty against Shrewsbury. Now Shrewsbury's got to attack. He's losing 2-1. I'm not even sure he knows.
9 seconds left. Wraps up the leg and holds on for dear life.
Stahl's going to like this victory. Now, Shrewsbury might get an escape, but I think he would rather have the victory straight up without the referee making a decision.
That's the final.
2-1 on a stalling call. But credit Elkhart Memorial Stephen Stahl for pushing the action, and he was definitely the aggressor.
He finishes with a record of 29-4.
Runner-up at 189, Crown Point's Marcus Shrewsbury. And Indiana's 189-pound high school champion for this year, Elkhart Memorial senior Steve Stahl.
Final match of the night, 285-pound weight class. The